smells weird.
I agree.
I don't know. It's got a weird...
I agree. There's something going on in there.
It's Carly Shay, and in today's video I thought it'd be fun to make some Halloween cupcakes. This is going on my 4th year in a row making Halloween cupcakes. If you want to see some of the ones I've made in past years, I will link my baking Instagram down below. They're all posted there. Please bear in mind I was 11 when I made the first ones, so they weren't great. Even last year's weren't good. And who knows how they're gonna be this year. But I love doing it. It's kind of become a tradition for me. This year, I thought it'd be fun to make some ghost cupcakes. I'll put a picture of what I'm trying to go for right here. I'm thinking with these, I want to do a chocolate cupcake and then just some vanilla buttercream. And then I also want to try to do some pumpkin ones, vanilla cupcake with the vanilla buttercream. But the plan is to make 12 of each. That way I'll have a nice 24. And then I think I'm gonna bring them into choir tomorrow. Yeah, without further ado, let's get to making these cupcakes. Okay, so the recipes I'm using will be linked down below if you want to check them out. I don't know if they're good yet, but I don't know if you want to make what I'm making. But I'm going to be starting with the chocolate one. And this makes 12. My plan is to do 12 of each. One-fourth, 2/4, 3/4. Now I do not have a half measure right now, so we're using fourths. 1, 2, 3. Dot up, and then we're gonna add the baking powder, half a teaspoon, tiny bit of salt, and whisk. 1 stick is half a cup, and then half of the next one. I can put that half in, that's fine, since it's melting everywhere. Oops, probably should have cut it before, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, and then we get a cream, which is just whisking it with a hand mixer, because nobody wants to do that by hand. And this is really the best part, the butter and sugar, so we're gonna make sure it's not poisonous. It'd be much better with brown sugar, but you get the point. Now we'll add the eggs one by one. There's 3. Seems good enough mix to me. Oh gosh. No shell, somehow. 3 eggs. They are indeed large. And no shell. Look at me. I'm doing well today. I mean, that is yellow. That is very yellow. But now we add the vanilla, which is like arguably the best part. It makes it taste the best. Horrible by itself, but wow, does it enhance literally everything. Now we should mix it. Okay, now we're gonna do the classic thing that every cupcake recipe does, is we're going to add the flour and the sour cream to this bowl alternating, and that's why I used such a big bowl for this and such a small bowl for this, because all of this has to go in there and it'll fit. Or dry or cocoa, whatever. That looks about right. I just do it so it's barely mixed, and that way I don't end up over mixing it. We have just a little baby container, but there we go. That's about 1/4 cup. Next bit of that. I'm going to have to scrape down the sides in a bit, but for now we should be okay. A dollop. Oh no. That's not what I wanted. There it goes, there it goes. looking good, looking nice and thick and delicious. We're gonna scrape down the sides. Anyways, just beautiful. You know what time it is? It's time to try it. Yeah, that's really thick. That's like frosting thick. Oh, it's really good. I definitely taste a little bit of that bitter cocoa powder because I think I did add too much, but like I love it, and probably when I bake it, it'll taste a little less like that, and we'll have sweet frosting on top. So that's really good. And now let's put it in a cupcake liner, I think that's right, and get it in the oven. Okay, so the cupcake liners I'm using for these are that have little Frankenstein, cats, bats, but most importantly ghosts, since these chocolate cupcakes will be our ghosts. I use this ice cream scoop that I've literally never used to scoop ice cream to scoop enough battery into the cupcakes. Which is just 6 ones. So, one liner that is just bats. Well, we have 16 cupcakes, so let's put them in the oven and get started on the vanilla. Okay, now for the vanilla. Which chocolate is better, but this will give a nice variety for everyone. Let's get to it. Of course, first by starting with our dry ingredients, like always. Starting with a small bowl, 1 cup. Then for the extra half and the 1.5, we'll do 2/4. Although we did discover the mystery of where my half a cup went. My mom put mushrooms in it and put it in the fridge. So, because that's definitely what a measuring cup is for. A half. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which is quite a lot, so that's interesting. But now we whisk it together. Easy peasy. Interesting. So this one has you do the eggs and sugar first, not the butter and sugar. 2 eggs. Oh, I definitely got shit on there. Come here, come here. You need 2/3 a cup of sugar, 1/3, 2/3 for good measure, and mix together. Until foamy, looking pretty foamy. This big of a container. 1, 2, and we'll mix it around. Also, the butter is melted, which is quite interesting, so something. Oh my god, has that been there the whole time? For the record, I just noticed. Whisk it together. Oh, we'll do the ever so simple, so popular half the flour mixture, all of the milk, half the flour mixture, and then we'll be done with our batter. Yay! It is nice and mixed. Let's give it a try. It's okay. To be fair, it's vanilla, so it's not gonna be that great, but it's okay. I don't hate it. It's fine. I like it. Tastes like cake. Not the best cake batter I've ever had, but a cake batter indeed. And let's put it in the liners. The ones I'm gonna be using, since the pumpkins are going on these, are these nice little jack-o'-lantern ones. So it seems that the chocolate are done. We're just gonna and turn on the burner. Whoops. Okay. The toothpick came out nice and clean. They smell really good. It's looking nice. Weird, I let it sit for a minute, so it's kind of weird texture, but we're going with it. Is taking these 4 extras out of the 6 one, and I got 3 more out of it. Just gonna throw them in the oven, and we will get started on making the frosting. Okay, so it has been a while. We ended up getting dinner. Now it's time to make the frosting. For reference, it's like 8:15, so this is kind of late to start frosting a bunch of cupcakes, but we're doing it anyway because tomorrow's Monday, so I can't do it tomorrow. So let's just make the vanilla buttercream. Super simple recipe, literally like 4 ingredients. I'll link it down below. We'll see how it turns out. Every recipe tends to be a little different, but they all taste like the same. So we have 1 cup of butter that is actually softened. Cream it. Then we're gonna add the 4 to 5 cups of powdered sugar, 1 cup at a time. So I'm gonna add like about half of the first 1 cup just so it doesn't like spray everywhere. After a while, it goes from pebbles to actual frosting consistency, but it still very much would taste like butter right now. So. Need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. There we go, and then we'll also add the 1/4 cup of heavy cream or milk or whatever. I'm going to be using half and half. About 1/4 cup, I think I did a little more just since it's so thick. And we'll mix it up. Trying it, much better consistency, tastes pretty good. I'm just going to scrape down the sides and try and mix it a little more. Okay. It's all done. Really good. Obviously pretty sweet. Maybe could have done less powdered sugar. Hard to say. But now it's time to start actually frosting the cupcakes. I think I'm going to start with the ghost ones. Okay, so the way I'm going to decorate these is I'm actually not going to use a piping tip. Basically, I'm just going to pipe little dollops, and then later on we'll add little faces to really make them look like ghosts. I'll just mostly fill it up. I've got pretty much filled up the cup part. Let's make sure it also isn't overfilled. And then I'm thinking for the tip of this, just that much. That should be good, and I'll just start piping dollops on top. Done. They look not the greatest, but it's what we're going with. And now I'm going to dye the rest of this frosting orange and get as many pumpkins out of it as I can. I'm going to cut it a little smaller, and then I'm going to start by frosting the outside. And the middle layer. And a little row on the middle. And it looks kind of like a pumpkin. Okay, so I was kind of experimenting on this little one, and I think what I'm going to do is I have these little eyeballs that I'm going to use, and then I also have this black frosting, and I'm going to make them look like little ghosts. finished all the ghosts. They look pretty cute. I love them. And now I'm going to make just a little bit more frosting so I can have some green to make some stems on the pumpkins so they look like pumpkins and not weird orange blobs. So I made a bit of like pastel green to match our pastel pumpkin so that I just dipped the bag in. And I'm going to cut it really, really small. Really small. And do like nice little squiggle vines to complete the pumpkin look. There we go. Ta-da! They're all done. Little pumpkins. Little ghosts. And pictures of these will be up on my Instagram. I will link it down below. Go check them out. Alright, y'all, that is all I have today. My cupcakes are packed up nicely in these containers that I can take them to choir tomorrow morning to share with everyone. Because literally, what else would I do with them? Sharing is caring. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to subscribe down below, ding the bell for more content like this. Comment down below some more things you want to see me bake, or even just some more videos you want to see me do. I am always open to suggestions. But yeah, that is all for today's video. Bye everyone!